LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Dear friend, Be Real from Cypress Hill is here tonight.
Hello, guys.
Always good to see you, Be Real.
We had a little hiccup before the show started, and Anderson yelled out, "I got to go back and get the tone." I thought, you missed that tone at the top of the hour. What, the satellites spiral out of orbit, or the radio shows, nothing can proceed. Everything backs up like a traffic jam if you don't get the tone.
I don't even know what the tone is.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, do it again, Drew.
I mean, I just got the tone.
Just sample that, would you, Be Real? It's weird because I got on an airplane at like 5 in the morning or something and flew home. And again, my streak is alive, Drew, of flying first class L.A. to New York without sitting next to a model.
Oh,
I'm now at 126 flights.
Well done.
That sounds like a world record.
Yeah, I don't even get chicks. I just sit next to dudes
Business
exclusively
guys.
now.
Big red melon headed.
Yeah, and guys, big red guys with like big gin blossoms on their nose, and it's like, what are you in? What line are you in? Decorative boxes. All righty.
Well, just be glad you ain't sitting next to the guy who hasn't showered in 3 days,
Well,
That's only on Southwest.
Yeah, that's Southwest.
Oh, 3 days. Let's make it a week in 3 days.
Let's make it a week.
I was actually sitting next to an air marshal.
Oh, and he told you?
Well, we were getting a landing, and it was bothering me because he was a guy who looked like an air marshal. He was like 24.
First class.
That's what I said.
He wasn't so inconspicuous.
Well, I guess you don't want to shove him in the very back of the plane, so when the cockpit is being overtaken, he's running, in and out, trying to get to the front of the plane.
Uh-huh.
Just saying, though, there's a limited number of seats.
But it's funny.
Just saying.
Drew'd rather have the plane flown into a building than fly business.
Give up a seat.
Right. No, here's the thing. I was sitting next to the guy, and the guy was like, he had that look, like sort of military, he did a few years in the military, and now he was a marshal or something, It's sort of young, buff guy with the crew cut and stuff. Not the first class guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I could tell. I was like, what is this guy? Like, your best bet would have been athlete, maybe.
Yeah.
But he was a white guy, and he was a little bit goofy.
Too young.
It just didn't seem right, And it's sort of, when he told me air marshal, kind of snapped into focus. Like, oh, that's what this guy's doing here in first class. It didn't seem like a businessman or a celebrity or any, literally a millionaire like myself. He didn't seem that way. Yes.
He seemed out of place.
He seemed out of place, and I was suspicious. That's why when he fell asleep, I tackled him to the ground.
Now, see, that says something, because if a guy like Adam, who doesn't work in security or none of that stuff, or can point out a guy like that, that's doing something wrong.
And loaded. Trunk off my ass.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah. Now, the point is if I can recognize the man, but I'm like, Be Real, I can smell the man.
You could smell the man coming.
You got instincts.
Yeah.
You got... It's all those years on the streets.
That's right. Yeah. Cypress Hill is going to be playing at the Vault in Long Beach tomorrow night, by the way. A little Cinco de Mayo show. You do a Cinco. You're into the Cinco de Mayo thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, usually we do the 420.
So they go from 420 to Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
that's their week.
Yeah, we had to stay within these weeks right here. Try to keep the continuity going with our annual show. But yeah, we missed the window on the 420, so we're making up for it on the Cinco de Mayo show.
And you got the Latin heritage, right?
Right.
Both your parents?
Yeah, my father's Mexican, my mother's Cuban.
Whoa.
Yes.
See, he's got a little of that exotic thing. That's the Cuban part.
And a real bad temper sometimes.
Oh, that's your mom with the Cuban?
Both of them.
Really?
But, I'm highly sedated all the time. So.
Yeah, smart. Cuban, I think, I don't know what the hottest blooded, what's the hottest blooded chick thing? You could go Cuban.
Probably Cuban.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Cuban, like what what chick is most likely to hit you with something she's cooking with? You know what I mean? That's how you judge a chick.
That's
like
a
if
hard
you got
one.
hit with a fish, I think that'd be a Cuban.
Chick will throw glass at you, go pick up her sandal and try to smack you.
Oh, sandal. Sandal be good. Yeah, spatula.
She's
anything in
going
the kitchen.
She's going for it, man.
Yeah. Who does the least beating? What do you think? Yeah, maybe
Swedish.
Swedish? I was going to say the Jews, but it's a slow death. They take you down slow.
Different kind of beating.
It's the difference between getting your ass kicked and getting cancer.
The Norwegian, like, yeah.
You'd be better off just getting your ass kicked one time than just having that slow cancer just crawl up your spine and eat your brain. You don't even know you're dead.
Slow torture.
Am I right, Drew?
You're right.
Yeah. So who's going to be there tomorrow night? Is it Cypress Hill? Is it the Cypress Hills that everyone we know and love?
It's a Cypress Hill show. Pretty much everybody's going to be there. We got these guys called the Filthy Immigrants opening for us and whatnot. So, it's going to be a pretty good time.
And what about after that? Tours?
After that, we're going to be putting out a Greatest Hits album sometime this year. And I'm currently working on a solo record to come out right after that Greatest Hits album.
What's going on with the Smoke Out?
We're trying to put it together for October this year.
Mm-hmm.
We missed last year,
Yeah, it's the Smoke Out.
It was a rough time, but
You'll be back?
We're bringing it strong this year, yeah.
And where are you going to do it, you think?
We're still contemplating that. I mean, we might take it back out to San Bernardino, but nothing's for sure. I mean, I think there was talks about doing it in Irvine as well. So
to me, you got to figure out. It's like these people who they get married. Like when they go, when you getting married? And they go, we're getting married middle August. And you go, where? Surface of the sun. And you're like, you got to factor the Smoke Out, which was in Whittier
Riverside.
Narrows, and like the end of August, like a black tops, 170 degrees, people high as a kite, collapsing left and right.
Yeah.
October's a better time for the Smoke Out.
Yeah.
Plus, people got to bring their stash in. And when
Yeah.
you're just wearing shorts and no shirt and flip-flops,
You can't bring your
you got to
stash.
keister stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You need to be wearing one of those hemp Mexican poncho things, surfer ponchos with the hood built in and the stupid drawstring strap that doesn't draw. It just ends up being like something you hang yourself off of.
Right.
You know what I'm talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about. Just
Who
goes
invented
like
that thing? It doesn't slide.
Doesn't do anything.
It just hangs there.
it's just there.
Yeah, I don't go for that. Yeah, but you got to do it in cool weather so people can get their stash in.
Yeah, I believe that October is the preferred time.
It's a good smoking month.
It's a good smoke
That's
month,
what the
yeah.
marshal was telling me, Drew.
He's right.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm trying to get audience still for Friday and Saturday. 213-833-6469 if people want to join me in the television audience. Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, we'd love to have some LoveLine listeners join us. It's in Burbank at Brightbank. I beg your pardon.
Let them call the number.
213-833-6469.
All right. You know, I asked the air marshal when I flew to Mexico a couple months back.
Then Air Marshal, an international flight? They have that?
No. I asked the air marshal was sitting next to me. I don't always sit next to an air marshal. I asked the air marshal when I was flying to Mexico a couple months ago that the cockpit door was just flapping in the wind. I mean, Mexico does not disappoint in any aspect of their culture. The plane is taken off, and the cockpit door is
Flies open.
not only not locked, it never was closed, and it's flapping.
It's just flinging open.
It's flapping like a screen door in the wind. It's just smacking back and forth.
That's always great reassurance.
It's like the dinner bell for terrorists. Come and get it, boys.
Come and get it.
Like you could
What
put
did the marshal say about
a
it?
piece of duct tape on it. It would have stayed shut, but no, it was just flapping. Like if there was a terrorist on that flight who was actually just vacationing
was
in
inviting.
Mexico, he would have been like, well,
What the hell?
I got to do this. I was
The door's open.
Yeah, I was gonna go down to La Paz for a couple days, do some yellowtail are running, but I got to blow the plane up. This door's flapping around. He's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? And I was like, well, what about it? I mean, what do you guys do with stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, we're pretty much in
Domestic.
we're pretty much in domestic carriers and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but those guys are in our airspace. They could easily the building doesn't care if it's Aero California or a United flight that's flying into it. It's the same plane with the same fuel on it, And he's like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's
it's
holes in
crazy.
the system.
Yeah, I mean, I was just flying on United to Connecticut just a few days ago, and they got this little contraption that they made. It's almost like a gate, like right before you go to the cockpit, and where they have
Really?
where all the where the attendants have all the trays and all that stuff and the coffee and whatnot. Well, when they're gonna open up the door, at least on United that I saw was they'll close that gate and nobody can pass that gate, and it's got like a lock on it. It's like a wire gate. Really? It looks real flimsy, but they lock it. The funny thing is they got the women standing guard right there, not even the dudes on the plane. They're standing there like this with their hands crossed. And
well, it's better than the gay flight attendant.
Yes. So when they open the cockpit door, that gate is locked.
I never even saw it. I didn't even know
what they do. What they don't have is they take the carts and put them across.
Yeah. God, what a time we're living in, you know? Back in the day, you'd be sitting in the cockpit smoking a cigarette. And Captain would be drinking a highball, stewardess would be on his lap, you'd be blowing a butt and talking to him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, want to sit in the chair? Go ahead." Yeah, that was like the 60s, right? They just let you do stuff.
Back in the days, the only time you got nervous was just because you were flying, period.
Right.
You know, there's so much to worry about.
Oop, I think, Drew, what'd I do? What happened? Somebody just dropped off.
Try it.
Are you ready to go?
Oh, you just did it again.
Well, I just hit 4, didn't I?
Oh, my God.
What'd I hit?
Chrissy.
Hello.
Didn't I just hit 4?
Too much green.
All right. Chrissy?
Yes.
What's happening?
Not much. I'm calling from Florida, so it's like pretty late here.
All right. What's going on, baby doll?
Okay. I have 2 questions.
All right, go.
The first one, my left breast, like it's not larger than the other, but like it hangs lower.
It's very common for there to be asymmetry. One side, different direction, different size, different whatever. Very, very common.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is there anything like I can do?
If it gets sort of problematic from a visual standpoint, you want to change it. There, yes, plastic surgeons frequently do that kind of thing.
Okay.
I have that in the sack. I do.
Yeah, we're going to do a scrotoplasty on him.
Yeah, we're going to give a lift.
We thought we'd first iron it.
You got to give him a lift.
Yeah, well, right now I've corrected the problem by just getting one of my shoes has a 3-inch heel on it.
Shh.
I walk funny, but it evened out the sack. 3-inch lift kit on my right shoe. It's awesome. It's tough when we play hoops, but it looks good, you know? It's better that the sack be level than I walk right. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to have back problems, by the way.
Well, your hips, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's the other question?
Okay. I've been sexually active for.
Hold on a second. Remember you used to see guys with the different size shoe heels all the time?
Yes.
Like there'd always, every time you went to a party for some kid, or there's always you went to some new school or something, like
orthopedic
Cub
shoes.
Scout meeting or something. There's always some one kid that had that weird shoe, and it was really weird. Even if the one shoe was just like 3/8 of an inch thicker in the sole than the other, it was weird.
Yeah.
And it was also weird that they tried to do the same kind of shoe with a thicker one. I just want a different shoe, like a kicker. You know, kick is like a kicking shoe. It's less distracting. But the point is what happened to those guys? What did we correct them, Drew?
I guess so.
I don't like that we corrected that. I kind of like that one thick heel.
We have subtler stuff now, I think.
So let's bring that back, would we?
Yeah, that would be hot.
Yeah, I mean, think about your kids, Drew, are growing up and going to school where they don't have that one kid who's got the real thick sole on the shoe.
No leg braces.
That kid had a lot of character.
Yeah, that one, gutsy, scrappy.
Yeah,
scrappy.
He was a character.
He'd get picked playing dodgeball. He'd go pretty good, go pretty high. Drew, find that guy. I want to know, did they start, you know what they started doing? They started correcting it at birth, I bet.
That and orthotics took over and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And surgeries to repair things that work.
There were always some kids with some orthopedic shoes, weird Fred McMurray, My Three Sons shoes in the middle of the 70s.
Now they just go in and just repair stuff.
They just fix it.
Yeah.
Now it's just a fashion statement for some guys, huh?
Yeah. Drew, I want one of those shoes. Correct the math.
4. Go 4.
4? All right.
See, he wants
So, Chrissy, what's your other question? Quick, before we go back into the scrotoplasty.
I have a problem. Like, I've been sexually active for a few years now, and I can never have an orgasm when I'm having sex or, like, oral. It's just when I'm, like, masturbating myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's probably going to be the case that you will be able to with oral at some point. Mm-hmm. And why don't you sort of teach the guy what it is he needs to do to help you along?
Well, the thing is, like, it seems like I can only have one if, like, I'm really, like, tensed up down there. Like, I mean, I have to... I don't know. It's really weird. Like, that's...
All right. Well, hold on. Do you have a boyfriend?
No, not at the moment, no.
All right. Listen, here's the deal. All bets are off.
Work it out.
You get a guy, fall in love, work it out.
Find
a guy, work it out.
Work out the beats, as they say.
I hate to admit this, but I think Be Real is going to go with me on this. Better to have a chick that has no orgasm than that chick who will have one if you work hard enough orally. But I mean, you're good 35 minutes away from anything, and even then, it gets down to a coin toss at the end. You know what I mean? You know that one where you're working in and better just to give up at the beginning. Am I right? Let's be honest. Drew, you know I'm right,
you could be in for a short night that way, man.
But it's like there are those chicks out there that it's like if you get down there and really go to town for about an hour, I might give you something at the end. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Better the ones that just announce it. Hey, look, it ain't happening. Let's just get going. Right? It is better as a guy. To me, it's like, okay, if you can't get it in under 15, by the way, you can't have one. That's not having one.
He goes by the rule that if it didn't happen, I never knew about it.
He plays by his own rules.
Yeah, I play by my own rules. No, but it's like there's a time limit to an SAT test or something.
Yeah.
Have a certain amount of time to do it. Otherwise, it's no
egg
good.
Timers for something other than naps.
Yeah.
There we go.
Where are we? You want to talk to Dave?
Yeah.
He vomits when he gets angry.
Yeah.
Dave?
Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, when I get really angry, like it happened today, my friends think I have an eating disorder because, like, I make myself throw up. I haven't told them why, but when I get really, really, like, violently angry, I have to make myself throw up. Or voluntarily throw up.
Well, what do you mean you have to make yourself? What happens if you don't?
I can't stop being, and it leads to something. Usually I go home and I do some stuff at home to make it go away if I can't throw up.
Like what?
Well, I used to cut. I don't do that anymore.
Cut?
Cut. Yeah.
That's what this sounds like, that kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a cutter move, huh?
Yeah. All right, so what's your question?
I was wondering, like, is there any way to keep that from happening, make the anger go away without resorting to the self-destruction? Because I tried to get over that a couple years ago, and I did, and it just came back recently.
All right. Isn't the throwing up a form of self-destruction? I mean, if you think about it?
Yeah, sure. It's a sort of a bulimic thing.
How many times a month does this happen?
Probably about 7 or 8 times a month. I usually lose control of my anger often.
What were you doing when it was gone for a while?
Well, recently I slept with this chick I care about a lot, but she lied to me to get me to do it, to sleep with her, and then
I know. One time, this bitch deceived me into letting her blow me.
Oh, how dare you!
I've had that problem.
It's horrible. I felt dirty.
You violated.
I felt ashamed.
Oh.
I felt it. I took one of those long rape baths.
You were used.
Where I cried.
I felt like I was taken for granted.
Yeah. Really, I do. I feel chewed up and spat out, Drew.
What Dave is describing
really do.
These are not minor things he's talking about.
And then, then I went into a shame spiral where I let other girls perform oral on me.
That's rough,
That's when I lost my dignity.
Yeah, Dave. Dave's.
Dave, yeah. Yeah.
Dave, this is part of a bigger thing, right? You need to get some help here.
Something's up, Dave. This is a big deal.
Like how big?
Well, there may be some medication.
Medium big.
Yeah, maybe some medication to help you. I'm sure you've been on medicine in the past, right?
I tried with Selexia, but that didn't work.
Yeah, well, you need to see a psychiatrist and try not just one medicine, but something that really helps contain that aggression and the agitation, and possibly even decreases your impulse to vomit.
What line of work you in? Air marshal?
I drive a truck for a living.
Perfect. All right.
Just get me into college.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Dave. You seem like a guy who's living with something you don't have to live with.
Right. Cutting is not a minor symptom. It means there's major psychological, psychiatric problems.
Also, for guys, does it mean more? I mean, when a guy does...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we talk to women who cut all the time. Mm-hmm. We talk to guys... we talk to women who vomit all the time. But when a guy does it mean more? It's a bigger deal.
It's rarer, and so... You'd assume it means more.
It's a bigger deal, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to correct you, Drew, but it's more rarer.
It's more rarer.
More rarer. More rarer. Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Take a break.
All right, let me just check out and see what Linda's wanting to know. Linda?
Yeah.
You're 21?
Mm-hmm.
You have a disorder where you eat dirt?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to get into it?
I know. Drew knows what this is.
Do you eat ashes, too, out of the ashtray?
No, just dirt.
Do you have an impulse to chew ice?
Crushed ice.
Yeah. Are you iron deficient?
No idea.
Okay, well, that's what this is usually. It's severe iron deficiency.
Really? Eating disorder?
No. It's a
never-ending period?
syndrome.
Well, why is she iron deficient?
Bleeding, period. Not taking part in
What does the dirt got to do with it?
No one knows why. Maybe it's some adaptation that maybe there was something at one time that they get something out of the dirt. Or that
I used to eat dirt until I got burned by a piece of cat duke, and then I said, nah, that's enough.
Yeah, Linda, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, a Tootsie Roll. I thought someone buried a Tootsie Roll, and then it's like, no way. I finished it anyway, but I was like, never again.
Linda, how long have you been doing this?
I know I did it when I was little, but I've been doing it for like the past, I'd say, 6-8 months.
Yeah, most commonly it's a severe iron deficiency. Yeah, check that out, okay? I think there are other things associated with, but it needs to be treated.
Drew, I think I'm booger deficient. I want to talk to you. I mean, not on the air, but off the air. I like to talk about a booger deficiency because I just prefer to keep it off the air.
Just because it just seems...
It's very personal.
I'm just doing the math. I'm not a doctor, but I think I may be low in booger count or booger deficient or my blood booger sugar is bad or something. I know I just...
Your blood booger sugar?
I get this urge. It's only when I'm driving. I've said too much. I'm not going to talk to you off the air if that's possible. Yeah. Okay?
You've always said you had a problem, so I just want to
talk.
It.
I want to talk off the air. I don't want too much to get out. It's humiliating.
Is this thing on? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't believe I've said enough for people to catch on just yet. But I just want to talk. Make a note. Talk off the air. Yeah. Be Real is here tonight from Cypress Hill. They're going to be at the Vault in Long Beach. Right? Yeah.
Yes,
tomorrow
indeed.
night.
Tomorrow night.
Is that Cinco de Mayo?
That's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. We'll take ourselves a... do they have Cinco de Mayo in Cuba?
No.
All right. Well, listen, why not?
It's a Mexican holiday.
I know, but, it's like they got the same music. They like the same food, basically.
They do not have ranchero music.
They don't have ranchero in Cuba?
It's slightly different.
Be Real's got to play Ranchero Countdown.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, Be Real will play Ace's Mexican Ranchero Accordion Countdown with us. This is going to be awesome.
Okay.
We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Please hold.
I looked up Pica syndrome during the break, and it's in addition to iron deficiency and zinc deficiency, schizophrenia, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and autism. So it's LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191.
It's just when I'm in traffic, it's like, what am I going to do? Listen to the radio? Drew turned his mic around.
An insatiable appetite for non-nutritional substances.
Yeah.
So when your blood booger sugar goes down...
Yeah, I got a low booger sugar count.
Let me just get a serving of ashes, man.
I'm trapped. Yeah, I'll bet you Be Real's eaten like a metric ton of ash over the last 20 years. Because, when you pop the bong load, everything, boom, it all goes up there. You know what I mean? When you smoke weed, it's like how you eat like a shark eats. You don't peel it away from the bone and separate the scales and the skin. It's just you get everything.
You go after everything.
You get everything. Be Real. Use one of those. Be Real's here tonight from Cypress Hill. You use one of those vaporizer things.
Yeah, actually, I use the Vaporator. It's the metal box, not the Volcano or the other one. It's it's a really good box to use. It's supposedly the healthiest one to use out of all of them
because you don't get the smoke, and if you make your living singing or using your voice in one way or the other, you want it that way, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. When you smoke, it's not harsh at all through that device. It's really smooth, and so it definitely is easier on your throat and your vocal cords and whatnot.
Yeah, there you go, Drew.
Yeah. And it tastes better. I mean,
oh really?
Oh yeah. I mean, the taste is like 100%
really. The weed tastes better.
Yeah.
Really. Huh.
Really,
well,
no
maybe,
joke.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Nah, this is stupid.
No,
but,
well, see,
my boogers. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing: is that it's not burning the herb at all. Like there's no flame to it. It's like it's heating it up. It's heating the THC, so you're smoking the straight THC.
Yeah.
And none of the carcinogens, none of the all
it's
the
like,
extras.
You ever seen one of those, Drew?
No, I haven't.
It's like Superman was looking at it with his eyes, and a real hard, just shot a laser beam on it, but it doesn't, it's not flames.
Huh.
You get all the weedy goodness without the smoke. And then also, if somebody comes into the room, can they tell you were smoking?
Yeah, I mean the smoke it does smell a little different than if you're smoking a doobie or something like that. But yeah, you definitely know.
When's it going to make like mobile portable ones for airplane bathrooms?
They
and
do
stuff
for
like
your
that?
car. They make adapters for the car.
Oh, really? Finally.
Maybe I shouldn't be saying that,
Nice.
but they do, yeah.
For years, Be Real to drive around with a 700-foot extension cord.
Yeah.
Just that's just
right.
to go to the corner store. When
you want to hit, you can stand on the corner. I'll throw the hose out to you.
No, but he's got one for the
No, the Vaporator is the best one, I think. They got a lot of different ones. They got the Volcano, the Vaporizer, and a couple other ones, but the Vaporator, that's a good one.
An endorsement deal would not be out of the question. And by the way, you must have some sort of if I look through High Times, would I find your picture standing next to something?
You sure would.
The Vaporator?
The Vaporator.
There you go. All right, Drew. Drew, pull that High Times issue out of your car and let me see if I can look up Be Real.
Backpack.
That's your backpack? Your hemp pack? Brad?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
I have a problem. I'm addicted to masturbating, and I want to know how to stop.
Whoa. Find yourself a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Got one.
What are you good for a day?
Like, on a good day, like maybe 8. On, like, an average day, 4.
Mm-hmm. And that's with the girlfriend?
Yeah.
How often do you see her?
Usually every day.
Are you getting into weird stuff where you're starting to have consequences or spend money or meeting prostitutes or people offline or anything where you're going to get yourself in trouble?
No, not that.
Ooh.
Speaking of getting in trouble.
With the S-bomb. Sounds like a genius, young Brad.
Well, how about is it sore, man? 8 times a day.
I know.
Well, that's a big day.
God.
Well, that's what you know what I love about
It's a me day for
our callers is you go like, what's an average fill in the blank? And they go, one time I did it 26 times. And it's like, all right, but that's not the average. 8 is a big day. 4 is an average day.
Yeah.
He's got himself a girlfriend, though.
Well, here's the deal. If he has a history of sexual trauma or addiction or both, and he feels uncontrolled with this, he's starting to have effect in his life, affect his productivity, or he's getting into stuff where he could get hurt his relationship, hurt himself physically, or get into legal trouble, that's a problem. And there are treatments available. Certainly SA is a place to start out. Most of the treatments are 12-step oriented. And what I find with people that have these problems is they feel very relieved when they go to a meeting because there's a lot of people with exactly what you got. And it's okay to talk about it and sort of try to process it.
All right. Let's play SA means something different to Be Real than SA. You see what I'm saying? No, essay?
Essay, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's just where you...
Know what I mean? Essay?
Yeah, it's where you hit the syllable. It's where you... All right. Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
I want to play a little Ace's Ranchero Mexican Accordion Countdown with Be Real.
Alrighty then.
Now, here's how the game goes.
Okay.
By the way, Cypress Hill's going to be at the Vault in Long Beach tomorrow night, everyone, for a little Cinco de Mayo. And that's what reminded us to play Ace's Mexican Ranchero Accordion Countdown. All ranchero music has accordion in it. The question is when and how fast.
Till we hear it.
It's usually about 3 seconds. But here's the thing. We take a random ranchero song that we've not heard before. We cue it up to a random point in the song. It's not the beginning of the song. And when Engineeress Michelle hits the play button, how long before we hear the accordion? Drew, you go first. Instant. You're saying it's playing. It's
playing
immediately.
Accordion immediately.
All right. B, what do you think?
I say about 3 to 4 seconds.
Well, now it's 3 or 4 because that
3.
3 seconds.
That's an eternity in ranchero music.
Yeah, between 3 and 4 seconds, it's a lifetime. And in the life of a ranchero accordion player, hell yeah. And I'm gonna go I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go 6 seconds.
Right,
I've
good
never done that. So we got
0,
3, 6, and immediate for Drew.
See, the reason I say 3 is because there's always like a deep bass line that starts it, and then
but it's a random spot.
But it's a random spot.
Okay, I'll stick with the 3.
Stick with 3.
Good bet.
Wow. All right. You ready, Michelle?
Yep.
Let me count you
3.
down.
No?
Now let's go at the top here. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
So much for random spots.
All right, now turn it up a little, and I'll do. I've been building my house for 2 years. I've been working on a house for 2 years, so I'll give you.
Living with ranchero music.
I give you every single morning at 8:45, so I come down in my slippers and a bathrobe.
With a erection.
Rogelio! You're using broken metal lath instead of K-lath, but you're not using. You got to put a scratch. Turn the goddamn music down! Turn it down! I'm going nuts! Turn it down! That's every single morning.
It's every morning.
Every morning. There's nothing. If you're hungover or you're in a bad mood or you had a rough night and you wake up and that stuff's blaring, like there should just be a law. Like, there's a law that, look, we don't serve booze between these hours, There should be a ranchero music law. Like, I'm sorry, between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning, there's no ranchero music. You can't listen. You hear ranchero music at 6:45, you want to just fall on a backhoe. You just want to hold a pickaxe up your chest and just fall onto something, put yourself out of your misery. There really should be a law. Really, what about a ranchero ordinance?
There you go.
Because it is, let me tell you, on Friday at 4:30 in the afternoon after a couple of brews, it's not bad. That's
Compare
fine.
that to the cops coming to your house at 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve because you're playing the stereo a little loud.
And what perhaps were you playing?
I was playing a little Cypress Hill. Yeah, this was fun. This is how my people ring in the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our Cinco de Mayo. All right, let's try one more song. I can't believe that was immediate, Drew.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you're good, Drew.
That was good.
Yeah, maybe too good. Ooh. All right, now, what do you want to go for? You want to go for again, Drew? Yeah.
4 seconds.
4 seconds? Wow.
Mixing it up.
Drew, chameleon. Ranchero chameleon. There's no reason why I can't stick with 3 other than it's boring, but...
All right, we're going to the beginning here?
No.
Random
spot.
Random spot.
It's been hitting that vaporizer a little too much. Random spot for the 5th time.
I'll say 1 second.
1 second. Huevos in the ranchero. I'm going to... 3, 1, and 3. I'm just going to go in between. I'm going to go 3 seconds.
Perfect.
All right, now, you ready?
Yep.
In 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh,
yeah. That's
like,
3.
It's just close to 3. It's right 2.5. Yeah.
2.5? I think I got to take that one, right?
You got it.
He had 1, I had 3.
Yeah.
I was about 0.3 of a second off.
That's pretty good. Well done.
I'm a little tired.
See, if that would have came on my first guess, I would have been okay.
You would have nailed it.
I would have nailed that, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Want to know why there's no space program in that part of the country? Yeah, or world, I should say. We got a paintball question for Be Real.
Uh-oh.
Be Real. You still playing a lot of paintball?
Yeah, every week.
Every week. Wow.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's happening?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I just want to ask you, Be Real, how are you guys doing are you guys still playing Super 7 Division 2?
Yeah, we're playing in Division 2, still doing the Super 7. We're actually going to a tournament in Tampa next week.
What's the Super 7?
It's basically a league where it's a 7-on-7. I mean, you have more...
You just run around with those blow-up divider things?
Yeah, you have the bunkers, which are the blow-up...
Yeah.
What are those? What are the bunkers?
Well, they're like...
they're huge...
Yeah, they're like they're positioned to
barriers, sort of.
Yeah. They're like...
Do you move them around, or are they in place?
But they're huge.
No, they're staked into the ground, basically.
And they're inflatable.
Yeah, and they're inflatable. You have a field, like, let's say the field's like 100 yards.
It's like a football field, basically.
Like a football field. Yeah. You split it in half, and you have all the bunkers mirrored. You know what I mean? You have a flag on one end, a flag on the other end.
Right.
And you just try to go and get the best angles and shoot out the other team, go get their flag.
These guys capture the flag.
Yeah,
but these guys have these guns that shoot 800 rounds a second.
Yeah, what do you got? What kind of gun? And by the way, how cool is that there's now paintball place on every corner? When you were a kid, if someone would have handed you one of those things, if you were 13 and someone your head would have exploded. Am I right?
Yes.
What do you got? What kind of piece you got?
The pieces our team shoots are called the Smart Part Shockers.
Mm-hmm. They're an endorsement gig in the Paintball Weekly.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're really good guns. They're light. They shoot a lot of rounds.
What's that hopper hold that you carry?
About 200 paintballs.
And do you carry other paintballs with you?
Oh, they have the full.
You have like a pack on the back, and some people carry like maybe 4 pods of paint. Some, well, it depends on what position you play. If you play a back position, you usually take like maybe 8 to 12 pods with you. If you're in the middle, you take 5, and if you're in the front, you take 3.
So if you're the rabbit, you got to be more mobile.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the back, you know, so I carry the full pack.
In the rear with the gear.
In the rear with the gear.
So now, okay. So what kind of?
You've never gone paintballing.
I have gone paintballing.
I'll take you guys, man.
Yeah, I've gone a couple of times.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with paintballing: you get your ass kicked because the adrenaline is flowing, and you end up diving and doing crap you would never do. You just dive into a dried stream bed and amongst a bunch of rocks, and then your adrenaline's so pumped up, and then you get home, you get in the shower, and you realize you got bruises and cuts all over. You don't even know how it got there.
Well, see, that's the scenario part of the game. There's 2 different styles of paintball that you play. Like the one you're talking about is when you go to, like, let's say there's a field and you're playing in the woods,
right?
Or there's a scenario that is let's say
Beirut.
Like Beirut.
Oh, you do like an urban setting.
Yeah. There's that aspect of paintball, and then there's the sport, which is the one that we play, which is the 100-yard.
Yeah, so you do it. It's like a sport. It's not. This is supposed to be like an urban assault thing, or this is supposed to be Vietnam or something. It's done like arena football.
Yeah,
or
exactly. And that's what the MPPL is. There's like a few different leagues, but that's like the main league that everybody wants to compete in, because
when those guys are playing, all you hear is the balls hitting the blow-up thing. So he hears, that's all you hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can hear the guns popping off.
Squeezing them off.
Yeah.
And what do they, now, they must have to check the pressure and regulate that on CO2 or whatever you guys are using for propellant.
Yeah, they check the rate of fire, like how many balls your gun can shoot out.
Right.
Because there's a regulation on it. I think I can't remember, because I don't read the rule books all the time.
No,
but there's a certain regulation of paint your gun can spit out at a certain point, or how many seconds
at a rate.
At a certain rate. Then there's also how much pressure your gun shoots that ball out, and we have to keep it at like 300.
300,
something like that.
That's a ton.
In a tournament, like when you're just playing in scenario, you turn it down, because
if it's 300, at 300. And you just hold your gun level, how long, what can you hit? I mean, how far are you good for? 30 yards?
The ball can shoot across the field from one end to the other. I mean, it's not going to hit as hard. It could even bounce.
Right. But if you held your gun level, it would make it?
Yeah, I mean,
tilt it up a little bit?
It would drop a little bit, towards the end, but,
Man, I thought 300. I thought the paintball would explode when you fired it at 300.
No, because they have these things called eyes in the
new
gun
paintballs.
Like when the ball gets loaded into the chamber from the hopper, which carries all the balls, there's a detector there, so that the gun shoots only when the ball is there. Because what happens is a lot of the lower grade guns that don't have the eyes, when you shoot them fast, there's nothing to detect another ball there or not. So it starts, shooting, shooting faster than it should, and that's when the ball explodes in the gun. You know
what the paint gun was originally made for, Drew?
I'm thinking, what?
Marking cows.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I heard, at least.
All right, here we go.
I don't agree.
Taking a break.
I don't agree in shooting fat chicks with a paintball, but I don't know why there was a market for it.
I was going to go there with you right there.
We're going to, Be Real has done plenty of that, believe me, out there with the vaporizer, shooting fat chicks on a Saturday night. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Giovanni, it's the LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Be Real in studio tonight from Cypress Hill. Drew pointed something out to me. We're in the kitchen of the radio station here.
And I said, Adam, when is your birthday again?
And I said it's May 27th because I always put these postings up. May birthdays.
May birthday.
Yeah. Let's see.
Strangely, Adam's not in there.
Be real. Go to May 27th there and just see if you can pronounce my name. See if you can pronounce that.
Myung Ju Yoon.
Who obviously is having a good run here at the station because she was there
last year.
We
brought this up last year.
And I said, hey, why is my name? Look, I'm not saying throw Myung Ju Yoon off the list, but put my name after hers or his. Or theirs, actually.
Or slash Adam Carolla.
Yeah, this could be 3 or 4 people, really true. We don't know for sure. Do you know Myung Ju Yoon?
What?
No? She does overnights here. They said go with Teresa St. Clair, but she stuck with Myung Ju Yoon.
And Adam actually went to task on this last year.
I said, no, I'm not a weirdo about that stuff, but I was laughing that there was like a 70-syllable name that I've never heard of. And, so, like I said, put my birthday and, put my name in there, too. It was explained to me that I'm not an employee of the station or something. I can't explain what it was, but
so
here they are.
Be employee to make the list.
Oh, that's not unfair. You should come to the birthday lunch tomorrow anyway, then.
It's not right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a birthday lunch
There's a
tomorrow?
Cinco de Mayo birthday lunch, free food.
For all the May
really?
birthdays?
Yeah, for the birthdays.
So you think Myung's going to be there? I'm guessing she's an accountant.
We need to meet her.
I need to meet her.
We bring her up every year.
Yeah.
My Young Ju Yoon.
Yeah. Wow. She's had a pretty good run here.
That's a hot
We got to hear
name.
a song. It's almost top of the hour. We got to hear a song.
No, we don't have enough time. We're gonna hear a Cypress Hill song. We'll take some calls. We'll take a call.
All right, quick.
2 calls.
All right.
2 calls.
Go.
And then we'll hear. Yeah. Drew, I don't work well when I'm
I know
feel like
that,
I'm
I
being
noticed that.
pushed into a corner.
Yeah.
Nikki,
Yeah,
you're 18.
yeah.
What's up?
Okay, well, me and my boyfriend have been together for about 9 months, and when we have sex, I don't have orgasms, and I've had them before with other men. But I can't
During
have
intercourse. You've had them during intercourse.
them. Yeah,
And what's the difference here?
I don't know.
See, I actually find this syndrome, this scenario here is actually fascinating.
Yeah, not if you're the guy who's on the losing end.
That's right. It's not a good times for him. But think about, let's switch the tables. A guy calling saying, I can't have an orgasm with this girl. And you say to the guy, well, why? Well, he's going to give you like an analysis. He's going to tell you precisely what he needs.
Dimpled ass.
Yeah. And she's like, her thing is like,
I don't know.
It's like, and that can't be right. There's got to be something here we can put our finger on, or not.
Well, he smokes a lot of cigarettes and quite a bit of pot, and I'm thinking maybe that could be part of the reason.
Well, what is your experience that's
Hold
lacking?
on a second.
No, women do this. They go,
I know, but it's because they're stupid.
They find little
like
things for you to be unattractive to them, and then
it's like talking to natives, though. No, but she was not saying. She was saying like he was having a problem because he smoked a lot of pot.
Well, she hasn't said what the problem is yet, though, because she hasn't told us what it is, the experience she's getting that isn't adequate.
What do you think the cigarettes and the pots, does that turn you off or does that hurt his performance?
I think it might hurt his performance, like involving his stamina.
So the problem is he doesn't go long enough.
Yeah.
send him to the gym.
How long do you need somebody to go?
Well, normally it'll take me about an hour to an hour and a half.
Oh, you're not going to find many of those guys.
That's what my last boyfriend could.
We understand that, but
make sure you make that abundantly clear to this guy over and over again.
Was he doing something different than your new boyfriend was?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Nikki, something's wrong with you. What's happened to you? Where's your dad? You're angry.
My dad's in Alabama.
Nice.
Yeah.
On his way to Florida.
And you're angry at men, boy. I can hear it. Yeah, you are.
You may not be aware
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah,
what do you do for a living?
Right now I go to school and I work at a store called REI.
Right now. REI, the mountaineering store?
Yeah.
Junior college?
Not quite. I'm graduating next month.
High school.
Oh, high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And your dad, when's the last time you saw him?
Last year around
Here's the deal, Nikki. We're angry with your dad. I can just imagine how you feel.
When did he split? When did he abandon the family?
Well, he abandoned the family like way before I was born. Like I met my dad for the first time when I was in about 6th grade, and then he was there for a few months, and then he left.
Have you had a stepdad?
No. Oh. Well, I had one a long time ago, but I don't now.
Another jerk?
No, he was really nice. He took care of me.
Well, your mom, of course, has to get rid of that. Get a bad guy.
With your other boyfriends, did you lead them around, or in comparison to this one? Like, do you tell him what to do in comparison to the other dudes?
Yeah, I do.
And you didn't do that with those other guys, right?
No.
All right, look, I think you ought to just dump this guy because I can tell.
You don't. She doesn't respect him.
She's heading there anyway. Yeah. She's angry. Yeah. She's got some weird energy toward dudes, and she's kicking this guy around.
All right.
She's going to beat him up. All right. Put him out of his misery.
No respect, no get off.
We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Be Real is here tonight from Cypress Hill. Yeah, we're going to hear a oldie but a goodie, classic from Cypress Hill in just a second. Going to need to take ourselves a little phone call first. Oh, it's hot in here.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the air conditioning, yes, Drew?
Yes.
Yes.
Drew, 3 days of this.
So 3 days. Nelly's going to bust out the speaker and start singing his little song.
Yeah, with the thonk in your...
No, it's getting
hot in here. So I love that song. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your... I am getting so hot, I'm going to take my clothes off.
That's so genius.
It's genius. I'm just telling you, if I was in any one of these bands, these songs would never get made. It's just like Nelly'd be like, hey, what do you think? I'd be like, let's see what you got here. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. And then my part is I sing, I'm getting so hot, I'm going to take my clothes off. All right, buddy. Going to need you to have another bong load and head back to the basement. And this time, first off, I'm going to wipe my ass with this, if that's okay, because I don't want to just throw it away. You know, listen.
Somebody else might pick it out of the trash.
And by the way, I don't just cut down trees. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and wipe my ass with this, maybe blow a snot rocket into it. You head on back down to wherever you came from, see if you can write something that sounds decent. All right,
let's go. Drawing board.
Yeah, and I would have done that if I was in almost any band, and especially what's my Hall & Oates. If I saw like a rough draft of Maneater, I'd be like, oh, here she come. Watch out.
She's a man-eater. Yes, she is.
All right, fellas. How old are you? 33? You're 32? Let's go. Let's go. See if we can work it out this time. This time we're going to need you to focus. Turn the TV off when you're writing songs, would you? All right, where are we, Drew?
Chelsea.
Go write me a classic like Finger Poppin' Time. Finger Poppin'.
See what condition my condition is in?
Yeah. Vintage Kenny Rogers. Chelsea.
You almost can't breathe in here. It's so hot.
It is hot. It is hot. Chelsea.
You just hung up on her. Here we go.
I did?
Chelsea.
Why am I doing that? I just hit her thing.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Hi.
Give me that condescendingness. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Hi.
You're 20, yeah.
I was just diagnosed with epilepsy, and since I was diagnosed about a month ago, I've had a really hard time orgasming, and aside from that, it's when I do, I get like a splitting migraine.
All right, let me sort of try to sort through all this.
Okay.
You were diagnosed with partial complex epilepsy?
I don't know.
You haven't been dropping on the floor and having seizures?
No, twice.
You have had generalized seizures?
Yes.
And you started some seizure medication?
Yes.
So generalized seizure means takes over your body?
And you fall on the floor and you pee on yourself and you bite your tongue.
Convulse. Really?
Convulse. Right. And what is this, in your case, do they know what it's due to?
No.
No
answer.
Answer.
It's not genetic. And
all right. And what is the medication they're giving you?
Now, what if you don't have to pee? Will someone pee on you?
Well, in your case.
I mean, just to really make a full seizure?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't want them to accuse you of fictitious seizures.
Right.
Just have an extra jug of pee to pour it on you just in case.
Just keep it in there.
Chelsea,
like
what medication do they use to treat you?
I'm on Lamictal.
All right. And that's making it difficult to orgasm?
I don't.
Evidently.
No. Yeah.
Well, that's what's making.
I'm also on
hydrocodone for migraines because I was having them anyway, and then it just comes along with.
All right. Well, hydrocodone will suppress your sexual functioning severely. It's Vicodin.
Oh, okay.
So you can't now. You shouldn't be taking Vicodin for headaches more than like 2 weeks. Period. Okay. And so if you might be having opiate withdrawal headaches. There is a post-orgasm headache that's benign. There's a post-orgasm headache that's part of migraine. And the one associated with migraine actually can cause stroke. And so it's something to control with migraine medicine, not pain medicine. So Chelsea, you need to see a neurologist and somebody who's sort of.
Well, I have been.
Yeah, somebody, maybe some schooling in neuropsychiatry too.
Okay.
Get these medications squared out.
All right, baby.
But I have another question.
Yeah.
Really quickly. My boyfriend was fingering me the other night, and when I came, I bled.
It's normal.
That happens.
That's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Especially Lamictal. Lamictal maybe screwing you up a little bit.
Oh, really? Screws you up down there?
It could. I mean,
Thins things out a little bit?
It causes a lot of rash, Lamictal.
Confusion in the bodily functions.
Wow. Let's hear a little something from Cypress Hill, by the way. Little oldie but a goodie. Cypress Hill is going to be over at the Vault in Long Beach tomorrow night celebrating Cinco de Mayo, so you should go see him there. And here's a little golden oldie from Cypress Hill. Sure you can get that part where we're going to play a song?
Yeah, it didn't start.
Oh, all right.
Hold on.
All right.
Try it again.
Well, Drew's got to make a phone call, so hurry. Yeah.
There we go.
Lights are blinking, I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't with the big 4-0, bro. I got to maintain, cause a like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. 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 Undercover, now it's time for the blubber. Blabber, to watch that belly get fatter. Fat boy on a diet. Don't try it. Attack your ass like a looter in a riot. Might fat like a sumo, slamming that ass, leaving your face in the grass. You know, I don't take a dulo lightly. Don't just jealous cause you can't outright me. Yo, kick that style. Wicked, wow. Happy face, you never see me smile. Rip that mainframe, I'll explain. A nigga like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane. Gunshot near my Louis Armstrong, play the trumpet, I'll hit that bong and break you off something soon. I got to get my props, cops come and try to snatch my crops. These pigs wanna blow my house down, head underground to the next town. They get mad when they come to raid my pad, and I'm out in the night to scan. Yes, I'm the pirate pilot of this ship. If I dip with the ultraviolet dream, hide from the red light beam. Now do you believe in the unseen? Look, but don't make your eyes strain. And like me, it's going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane got no brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the brain.
Yeah. What year was that, B-Real?
93.
93. Seems like only yesterday, doesn't it?
I was only 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
That's Drew's karaoke number, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He does that and one song from the Phantom. But those are his two, his only two. You do Janice Ian at 17. What's like to be a homely 17-year-old girl, right? Those are your three karaoke.
That's it.
And for me,
open with Insane in the Membrane.
Right. That's your open and close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew, you know my songs?
Hell is for Children.
Hell's for Children by Pat Benatar. I do Carmia by Jay and the Americans, and then I finish with the first edition in Kenny Rogers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Right, yes,
that's a pretty good variety.
Yeah. Well, the judges want to see range. Be ready.
Yeah, you got range, right?
I got range.
Home on the range.
Nathan.
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Well, by the way, for your last caller, she said that she blamed her boyfriend hit her. Tell him to trim his nails.
Yeah.
Don't drop trow, Adam. Don't drop trow.
I always know my job is safe, by the way, when someone else gets in on the act. All right. I'm going to write that one down so I can wipe my ass with it like I was going to do the song lyrics from Nelly. All right, go ahead, Nathan.
Well, basically, I've been married for about a year now, and I love my wife very much, and I really wanted to do a lot to please her sexually.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure I was well educated, and made sure that I'd be able to really take care of her in that department and everything.
The hell does that mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
People say the strangest things, like you have to interpret what they're saying.
Well, I was on a drunk on the airplane about 8 hours ago, and I was reading a popular mechanics book, a magazine, and when I got to the back pages, they have all those weird little ads and those instructional videos, like "Please your woman," she'll never stray, kind of thing. And I thought,
mechanics.
Oh, the back of those things is some weird stuff. It's like, harvest your own lumber and grow your own hydroponic weed, and then here's the sex basket. Wow. You put your old lady in and swing it from a beam in the kitchen. It's weird. It's anything goes in the back of popular mechanics. It's it's a weird thing. Once you get to those bags, like Vermont teddy bear thing is right underneath the sex basket, and over that is like a flamethrower. Build your own flamethrower. Using pump 89 octane gas. It's for weird dudes who evidently have a lot of range.
Wow.
Evidently.
All right.
Or a lot of time.
Or advertising squares are just really cheap. And
so there was something you read there that didn't make sense, or?
No, but they sell. They have these. I was looking. I was intrigued.
Videos.
It was please your lady, and I thought.
But when he says it, I think to myself, does that mean he went out and had sex with lots of people to perfect his skill, or has he had? What does that mean? Or he studied her like as a Zapruder tape?
Probably doing everything she asked him to do, or whatever.
Yeah, but what a funny way to express that.
I'll bet you he did a little. He watched a lot of porn, by the way, which a lot of guys call research.
Yeah,
I tried to brush up on my techniques.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on my research, by the way. I'll get back into that
tonight.
Yeah.
No one can ever be fully ahead, Adam.
Nathan.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you did a little research to make sure a woman was happy?
Well, basically just wanted to make sure that, freshen up on techniques.
Freshen up. Okay.
Hang on.
So you went down to Learning Annex? You just repeated exactly
brushed up on techniques by brushing up on techniques.
I hear what you said. No, but for instance,
No. Listen, Nathan.
Now we're on to you.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Turn that crazy noise in your head down for just 1 second. Just turn it off. Just shut it off. Just every switch. It's like you land an airplane. You just start flipping off all the switches. Okay, they're all off. When you say sort of brushed up on your technique,
describe what
that means. What do you mean? Okay. Did you see it? Read an article on the internet? Did you watch a movie? Were you with other women?
Did you talk to your wife?
Explain what you mean about brushing up on your technique.
Well, mainly when we both got married, we were both virgins. So, basically I'm trying to establish technique, more or less. I was going off what you said. But.
You worked on her like she was a science project.
No, basically I read articles on what things to do.
Oh, okay. All right. So you want
to really touch a woman, and how to make, how to make night special, things like that. To really
nice.
Things to do when you like when you go down on them, what areas to pinpoint, and I read a lot of really good articles.
See, for Drew, that's like reading an article, how to eat a steak. Like, are you high? Give me the steak. I'll show you how to eat it. Drew, you don't need any of that, right? You barely use a fork. You just don't need, it's like, you just smell it coming from the kitchen. Okay. Oh, man, what I'm going to do to that steak. You want any Heinz of 50 cents? Nah, get that away from me. I got some A1.
That's getting in the way.
Getting in the way. It's barely cooked better. Give it, still bloody. Give it to me. Drew, you would never...
Let me have it.
Let me have it. Yeah. You never read an article on what to do. No, but... Isn't that, I mean, I guess if you're a virgin and you're 22 or something like that, you got to do that. But really, it's how to eat a steak, how to take a crap. There's just
there's a fine line.
Certain things you don't need to bone up on.
Well, but it's mysterious for him, and he's,
I appreciate it. I would take it as a bad sign, though, if I was the chick. And I know it's his wife, but I'm just mean if I heard the guy had been on the internet.
Women, sometimes they like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Nathan, go ahead with your question. Sorry.
Well, my wife has been very satisfied. I've given her multiple orgasms many times. We have a great sex life. I mean,
cheats many times. She fakes many times.
Yeah, right. Now, we established great communication early on. Tell me what feels good. And,
right. All right,
we got it. Well done.
Now what?
I've heard about women being able to, not just orgasm, but be able to. I've heard the term called gush.
Squirt.
Yeah, they come that way. They either are that or they're not that. Yeah. And the gushers, they gush, and they'll tell you. But
those are usually in porn movies, man.
No, there are women that gush. But
there's no conversion.
But the rest of them, rarely you'll find somebody that can sort of be rendered into a gusher, like on a rare occasion. But that person would still kind of be able to tell you that was going to happen.
Is yours a gusher, man?
No. He wants one, though, right?
I've heard some people say that it's, that it's actually all they're doing is peeing, but,
Sometimes they are. But nonetheless, what we have heard from talking to lots of women that do this is that it really doesn't matter.
But, Nathan, your wife doesn't do this, correct?
Correct. I'm actually just wondering because
all right, but Nathan, let me just chime in as a voice of reason. You doing a little homework on the internet and figuring out how to please your wife and communicating with her openly and all that is a fantastic thing. We don't understand it, but we applaud it. But here's the thing. Now you're married. You figured out what she likes. She knows what you like.
This is her thing.
Now enjoy it.
This is it.
Don't keep going. You're getting a little obsessive with why doesn't she do this? Or I've heard other women do this. How come she doesn't do this?
It's a dangerous path to be going down. Because the only satisfaction you're going to get in that path is by actually being with other women.
Right.
And so just don't go down that path.
Also, here's the problem with our society. I know I point this out constantly, but we live in a society that would lead you to believe that anyone can do anything if they just set their mind to it, or they just read this book, or they get a series of cassettes, or they buy this piece of workout apparatus. BS. You just don't. People that can dunk a basketball can dunk a basketball. That's it. People who go bald prematurely. Most fat people, look at pictures of fat people when they were 5. They're fat.
Did you see the?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everyone's got to write a book on everything. Women who gush. Guys who can roll their tongue up like a taco can roll their tongue up like a taco. That's it. People who can do great accents and great impersonations, they can do it. That's it. I don't know if we call it God-given. Yes, you can cultivate it. If you can dunk a basketball, you could work on it and dunk it a little better. And if you do accents, you could work on it and do it even a little better. But if you can't do it, you ain't doing it.
Did you see Dr. Phil tonight interviewing poor Pat O'Brien?
Poor Pat O'Brien.
It was so ridiculous.
Really?
He's saying, look, Pat says, I had 4 bottles of wine and 5 bottles of champagne, and I was out of my mind. I make these crazy phone calls. And Phil's like, well, what's going through your mind? He's like, I can't remember. Well, certainly you weren't always. I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy's severely addicted. He's out of his mind. His brain is misfiring. He does these crazy things, and we're going to say, hey, you should be able to choose not to do that. Well, what's going through your mind that made you do? Well, what?
Son, you got to pick yourself up.
By the way, then the next phrase was, I deal with lots of addicts. I know addicts. Addicts don't know what the hell they're doing when they're really into it. They don't. They do horrible things. Nothing. Their brain is just misfiring. It's a brain disease at that point.
Who do you hate more, Dr. Phil, Dr. Laura? Quick answer, Phil. Phil? Ooh. But he's just on your radar. A few years ago would have been Laura.
No, Laura.
Good people.
Yeah, I think Laura's got some good points here and there. Just trying. Yeah.
Just trying. Here's the thing, Drew. Pat O'Brien, I consider him a dear friend, actually. And Pat O'Brien, no one loves the sound of his own voice like Pat O'Brien, by the way. First off, I wasn't sure why Pat O'Brien, and we're talking about Pat O'Brien's, was on Dr. Phil, and he went into rehab, and he just got out. And he left a message on somebody he worked with or some
No, it was a woman in the room with him. She was in the, they were in a suite, and he was in bed, and she was in the next room. That's what they said tonight. I was like, oh, my God.
Well, who was he talking to?
This girl that he went up to his room with. And he just was in bed, wasted, and just called over to her cell phone while she was in the next room, 50 feet away.
Wait a minute.
That's what he said. And then she played that to somebody who played it on the internet.
Right, but here's my whole point. First off, Pat O'Brien, good guy, but Pat O'Brien interviews celebrities. I don't really think of him as a celebrity, even though you know who he is. He's the guy. He's not the mic. He's the mic stand. You know what I mean? Okay. My point is, I like Pat. He's a good guy. Been to his Christmas parties and all that kind of stuff. His kids are great. Everything's great. But Pat O'Brien does celebrity interviews and stuff like that, which does
it was
make
big news when he was getting sick, though.
But here's the whole point. Here's what I don't understand. He got drunk and talked dirty to some chick.
Right.
It wasn't. He's divorced from his wife.
Right.
It's not like he's the Pope or the president. Right. He does sports and he does entertainment reporting.
Right. We need to have more time to do important stories like runaway brides.
Well, yeah. I know Drew's angry at that too, but all I'm saying is everyone was like, "Hey, did you hear Pat O'Brien? Who hasn't gotten loaded and done a little naughty talk?" I did it to Michelle just the other night. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What's the big deal? I mean, I don't understand what the deal is.
Because he's in the public view, so they're always, people are always going to try to bring you down when there's a dent in the armor.
No, I understand that, but if let's just say you're George Clooney. And we got a tape of you calling your girlfriend loaded and saying, "Oh, babe, you're so hot, I want to F you." What does that mean? I mean, is that news?
It means he was drunk and horny.
I know. I'm just saying, is there part of this story I'm missing? Like I said, if you're Bill Cosby and you write a book on parenting, and then some chick pipes up and says, "Yeah, this guy diddled me when he was playing Temple University in 1979." That's a story. I understand. If you're the president, if you're a religious or spiritual leader, and somebody steps forward with these nasty tapes, this guy does sports and he does fluff entertainment pieces. What's the big deal? I'm just saying, it's like if there's a tape of me doing that, would it matter?
Talking about masturbation or something?
God forbid.
No.
True, I don't do that.
God.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm just saying, why is it a story that he got drunk and talked dirty to some chick? He's divorced from his wife. He's seeing other people. He's drinking. Well, he's an adult. He's not doing anything. It's not
It's entertainment news,
I know it's fluff, but usually the fluff has an angle.
And this doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Monica Lewinsky. That's an angle. What's the angle?
Maybe it's a PR move.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Back in the limelight.
Maybe it is, but I don't understand the part who he was talking to, Drew. She was in the next room. I don't understand that.
That's what they said. She was somebody he was out drinking with. They went up to his room at the Four Seasons. He was flopped down in bed, he's so wasted, and he just picked his phone up and called her cell phone while she was watching TV in the next room.
Oh, really? Why is it so crazy?
Lazy.
All right.
Crazy, isn't it?
All right. Let's and I understand the Bill O'Reilly thing a little bit too, because he's a guy who's supposed to be some sort of voice, some conservative voice, telling people,
Well, maybe it's because you know Pat. Maybe you don't know how people are perceiving him in the public.
All right, I know him as an alcoholic womanizer. So what's the big deal?
Well, see, that's different than Bill O'Reilly. That dude goes and points fingers at people and points out all their imperfections, and then he gets caught up.
Or Rush Limbaugh again.
Rush Limbaugh doing drugs. I understand. Yes. Hypocrite. That's when you do it.
Angle,
Yeah, but if you found out Dennis Rodman was getting drunk and talking,
that wouldn't be a
smack,
surprise.
would it be a big deal?
No, it'd be the norm.
Right. All right.
Well, and it went away. It's saying that maybe the case for Billy is that Pat is perceived as pretty squeaky clean guy by the way.
He is? Ooh. You got to go to one of his Christmas parties.
Yeah, I know Pat for a while, too. We met him on a trip in Germany, and squeaky clean is definitely
not his middle name.
No.
We'll take a quick break. Cypress Hill tonight. Be Real here representing, and we'll be right back after this.
Thank you for calling LoveLine. Your call will be answered in the order it seems interesting.
Call LoveLine. Call 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Be Real here tonight from Cypress Hill. Going to be playing at the Vault in Long Beach tomorrow night. Cinco de Mayo. Yes, Drew.
Can I give this phone number again out for audience for my Discovery Health Channel show? 213-833-6469. Please come join me Friday or Saturday. 833-6469, area code 213.
All righty. I got up at, so I went to bed at 5 in New York time. And I got up at 7:45 this morning, and then I'm not sure what happened after that.
You were hanging out with Pat.
I think I went to Pat. I went to the airport. It was awesome. Hung out by the Cinnabon over there, and it was awesome.
Adam's Great Adventure.
Yeah, I just drink on airplanes. I don't even remember anything. But by the way, sit next to plenty of guys in first class that I'll have a water.
I don't drink.
I get angry at those people.
I do not drink.
But it's free.
I know, but I've got a day. I've got to get going. I've got to do this. I can't do that.
You can't.
I cannot do that. I'm a lightweight.
Can't have. All right, let me give you a scenario.
Let's put it this way: glass of wine. I gotta wake up the next day.
Really?
It just screws me all up.
Lightweight.
Yeah, lightweight.
All right, so let me say this: 5.5 hour flight.
Yeah.
Glass of wine, glass of champagne, maybe two.
Maybe one.
Maybe two.
Maybe
two. Maybe two. Maybe two. Somewhere in the first hour, and then a nap. You're not. Not going to work.
Yeah, I could do it. I can't. Yeah, possible. That's possible.
Yeah,
but still could screw me up. I mean, if I really had a lot to do when I got home, I'd be worried about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it screws me up.
Wow, lightweight.
Lightweight.
I'm loaded now.
I noticed.
I do better.
I noticed.
I'm more better. I talk better. I'm a better thinker, and I'm a better radio guy. Thing, you know? Okay. So you want to go to the phones?
Let's do a little Germany or Florida.
Ooh, a little Germany or Florida. All weird stories, all bizarreness comes out of either Germany or Florida. So here's the deal. They tell us the story, the true story, and then we guess. Is it Germany or Florida? I think Drew burned me last night. We split. Drew went Florida, I went Germany, and still reeling from it. Miles?
Yep.
You're 18?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Give us the story, please.
All right. A blow-up sex doll sparked a bomb alert at a post office after it started to vibrate inside a package awaiting delivery.
Nice.
Workers were unsettled when it began vibrating and made strange noises, said a police spokesperson. Officers brought the package's sender to the scene, who told them what it was. Ironically,
wait, say that again. The officers
brought the sender of the package.
Brought the sender to the post office.
Yeah.
All right.
Ironically, the man told police he'd wanted to return the doll because it kept turning itself on at the wrong time.
On.
Yeah. Probably
Germany or Florida?
Yeah.
That's it?
You go ahead and take
That's
those
it.
batteries out before you put it in the mail next time. That's what I do with my inflatable sex toys.
I'm thinking Germany.
I'm thinking Germany.
Don't have a lot to go on.
Nothing to go on here either, but it feels like Germany, too.
They're bringing the guy in.
Florida, they would have sent one of those robots with the shotgun attached to it and the little lipstick camera and just blown it up. And the thing that would have cleared everyone out.
And North Floridian's going to show up.
No.
Floridians ain't going to
No.
stuff.
We're all feeling German on this one, Miles.
You're correct, Adam, as usual.
Yeah. That's why they call it Germany or Florida. Yeah.
You
Thanks,
guys want
Miles.
to do another one while I'm on the line?
Yeah,
Sure,
why
let's
not?
go.
Alrighty. Visitors to local parks are being warned to watch out for exploding toads. Several thousand toads in the city's parks have spontaneously exploded recently, baffling the experts.
Florida.
Toads in Florida would be if Germany's inland.
I don't think there's any toads.
They don't have toads in Germany,
but then exploding
it
toads.
Could be, exploding toads sounds good.
Are you guys high?
I'm gonna say Florida.
You guys were just talking about this last week.
We were?
This?
Yeah, about how you knew the story and you knew where it was.
No.
Exploding toads?
No.
I'm high, but I wasn't here last week.
No, Anderson.
I know that.
No, Anderson. I've never heard this story before. Anderson, Adam, you ever heard the story before?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I'm going to go dig the tape up.
Please go do that. I tune out to the second hour of the show most nights.
So Florida, Miles?
Let me just say this about Anderson. This is what I love about him. Anderson, if you say to him, like, hey, find that chief running bear. It's gone. Hey, that accordion cat, we don't have that. But if he thinks you may have effed up or contradicted yourself 3 months ago, he's going into the vaults.
You don't really think I'm going to dig it up.
He's going into the vaults.
I was just saying that.
All right, buddy. I don't remember the exploding toad either. I'll go with Drew and say the two of us don't remember the exploding toads.
We'll go for Florida for now.
You're going Florida. I'm going Germany just because I'm going two Germans in a row.
Because Anderson made you feel weird.
You just want to be different.
Yeah, so you're going Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm going
All right, what do you got, Miles? Oh, plug him up.
All right.
Miles? Germany again.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Exploding toads?
Yeah!
What are they giving their toads over there?
Don't worry about it. Just worry about it was in the motherland.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. Damn. Hell yeah. Yeah.
He's on the roll tonight.
So good. Feels so good. That's why we play the game. That's why it needs to be played. You know what I'm saying?
Germany or Florida.
So you can get it right.
Yeah. The word toad feels German to me. Frog feels more...
Toad sounds more like Florida. Desert.
All right, Miles.
I do have a third one.
Oh,
No? All right.
Here, third one, Germany.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's talk to Tyler. Use condoms, girlfriend pulls out. Tyler?
Howdy.
Yeah, you're 20. What's up?
Yeah, well, my girlfriend, she's on birth control, and we still, I still use the withdrawal method, but I heard you guys, talk about, pre-cum and stuff, and I know, if you come and your girlfriend even knows she's using birth control, there's still a possibility of getting pregnant. Is the, pre-cum, enough to, really even worry about, if it's,
Now, Tyler, she's on the pill.
On birth control. That's
you're
fine.
supposed to you're supposed to ejaculate in her when she's on the pill.
Yeah, and that's everyone: friends, family, postman, Culligan guy, everybody.
What are you asking?
Well, he's nervous. He doesn't
if it's that much of a if it's a risk. I mean, if it's obviously it's always a risk.
No. Here's the thing, Drew. People are sort of concrete and primitive in their thinking. There's no protective barrier that they can see between the end of their penis and the beginning of the ovary, and they feel nervous about it.
Even though there's no egg being released, it's impossible.
They're not doing the math. They're not doctors. Wow. She's on the pill. Plus,
what do they think the pill is for?
I think a lot of guys use it as a convenient excuse to do a little decorating.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? To do a little finishing. You know what I mean?
Here and there.
Let's stand back and admire their work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why just have it, go down some mysterious black hole when you could actually, get a canvas out and really go to town? You know what I'm saying?
This is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Frame it. Don't touch a thing. Yeah, that's right.
It's an oil painting.
Send it down to Mocha.
All right, run wild. Let's go on.
All right, let's talk to Nicole.
Yeah.
Who's 19. Nicole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so last Friday, me and my boyfriend were having sex.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, I went and peed, and I peed blood.
Well, Michelle, look alive here. Michelle, I think I need some consultation on this one. This would be a perfect opportunity to bring Chief Running Bear in and talk about this a little bit. Don't you think?
Yeah, hey. I'm too tired, Drew.
Come on.
I got jet lag. I slept for 2.5 hours last
Running
night.
Bear needs to make an appearance.
I'm going to drop the F-bomb if I do Running Bear. I'm too tired.
Be Real's never seen it.
Bro, listen. It's me just going, yeah, hey. If you heard that, you've seen it. I'm too tired, Drew. We'll do it tomorrow night. Nicole?
You promised.
All right. That's great radio, by the way.
All right, Nicole. Here's the deal. There are many different reasons that can happen. The most common being a urinary tract infection. Beyond that, you can sort of traumatize the urethra, the tube out which you pee from your bladder, and that can bleed too. But it's something that you need. You need to go by a doctor, give a urine specimen, and see if anything's going on.
All right.
There are other more serious reasons for blood in the urine as well.
Mm-hmm.
But 19, those are pretty unlikely.
Got a question for Be Real here, and we'll get it fast before we go to break. Fred?
Hey, I had a question for Be Real. I'm a big fan, and I was wondering what his favorite method is besides the vaporizer. Blunt, bubbler, bong.
What's a bubbler?
Bubbler's like it's a little bong. It's like a bong, but it's made like a pipe. You fill it with water. It's the same thing, and it's smaller. It's cool.
I like a 6-shooter myself.
I don't know. I prefer joints.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite strain?
Kush.
Strain.
Like OG Hindu, Diesel maybe?
OG Kush.
OG. Me too, man.
What
you
is
got
that?
good taste.
Is that the pot?
Yeah, that's yeah.
The OG Hindu?
The OG Kush.
Is it do? I know it's a science now where people are just marrying. You like inseminate the female and do all this crap and hydroponic this and grow light that. But is it now kind of getting to the point with pot where it's almost like beer or booze? Where you can go, this has a distinctive flavor and this has a distinctive characteristics and a distinctive high.
Absolutely. I mean, depending on what strain you're growing and what formula you're using to grow it. I mean, basically, growing pot is pretty much a general thing. Like if you're growing it inside or outside, there's specific things you do, but everybody has a different formula within, those things that you do when you're growing.
Is it getting to the point where there's just a handful? I mean, we've weeded out, pardon the pun, all the bad seeds, and now we're getting it so refined.
Well,
where this is the offspring of this last batch, and you know exactly what you're getting.
AKC puppies.
Well, most people these days they don't grow from seeds anymore. What they'll do is there'll be a certain strain, like let's say this Kush strain, for instance, that originally started from seed, but when people started figuring out that you can clone the plant and keep that strain keep going, that you keep that strain going by just cloning that plant, and and that plant will last you as long as you don't get busted growing it.
I'll tell you, some of our greatest minds are in the drug world.
And definitely there are different, tastes to different strains, different highs to different strains. Some will have a really heavy high where you're, you just want to go and be lazy and do nothing and whatever, your brain is clouded. And then
other ones are where you want to eat and do nothing.
Yeah, and then there's others where it kind of gives you a lift, but you're still high. It's not like
No, I'm with you.
Everybody grows their strain a little different. So
I know. Drew tells me that every day.
Yeah, he's become an expert, man.
He he had a $13,000 utility bill last month, though, and the man freaked out on him. Yeah, that's how they find you, Drew.
That's all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
the lights.
They start looking. Especially when you're a guy who's growing pot plants at your house. Because your utility bill the month before you started growing the pot was $8. Because you don't,
and all of a sudden,
that's 12 grand.
You don't have a Sub-Zero and central air and all this kind of stuff. You got a fan, oscillating fan blowing in the summertime, and a mosquito zapper. That's about the only juice you're using. Then all of a sudden, you just used up $1,000 the following month. That's how they know to come over to your place.
Yeah, all the lights and all of the stuff that's necessary.
All the grow lights,
all the grow lights and all the other stuff. I mean, that's just a part of it. It's expensive.
I know.
And it costs a lot of money.
I know, between that and the paintball and he's tapped. All right, we got to take a break. Go down to the vault in Long Beach, see Cypress Hill tomorrow night, because like I said, that paintball ain't for free. That vaporizer, that isn't free. That's an endorsement.
That isn't free either.
That's a free. That's free.
Yeah, that's a freebie for me.
That's an endorsement deal.
Yeah.
But the weed ain't cheap these days.
No.
So, you know what I mean? Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
We'll take ourselves a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Be Real is here from Cypress Hill. Be Real is dear friend who has come in here. It's probably sixth time in here, I would say.
Oh, my goodness, more than that.
Probably a little more.
Like 12th time, I'd
12th
say.
time.
Well, he probably here before you.
Yeah, he was probably here 4 times before I was here.
Easily. Maybe half dozen times.
Well, now hold on a second.
92, that song came out?
Yeah.
Well, 93.
Yeah, 93.
93, Insane in Memory came out. So you had to be.
I think you were coming in even before that song.
Maybe the.
But that was just to. That was just to work the floor buffer.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually.
Well, I'm just saying. You said
cleanup crew.
I was cleaning the toilets.
That buffer, boy, that floor buffer. I saw one going at 3:30 in the morning when I was leaving CBS last night. And I thought that floor buffer does not run between the hours of normal. It does not run between like 10 a.m. or 8 a.m. and like 12 midnight. It's only the wee
You're talking
hours.
about the one with the handle. Well, now, why does that guy have slightly more life in him than the guy pushing that giant vehicle? You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
it's
a big carpet Zamboni.
A big Zamboni, yeah. That guy's living dead. That guy's actually dead.
Probably gets paid by the hour.
I don't know,
he's
but
taking his sweet time.
That floor buffer.
It's a different guy pushes that one than pushes the buffer. The buffer's kind of guy looking a little lively, kind of into it a little bit. 3 a.m, but
you got to that floor buffer is like that's Count Dracula's floor buffer. Like it's the middle, the wee hours. It's really it hits
it vaporizes at daylight.
It doesn't turn on in the day.
Oh, if the sunlight hits it,
it explodes.
Yeah. All right. It's like that George Clooney movie when he was the Dawn of the Dead or whatever the hell that movie is. Come on, Drew.
Here you go.
You know that one. Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn.
So
there
it explodes. It makes a weird screeching sound, tries to block itself.
Looked like he was on Dusk Till Dawn.
Let's take ourselves a question from Jersey, who's 24. Jersey?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, by the way, Adam, Dr. Drew, I listen to the show all the time. Just want to let you guys know.
Thank you.
Adam, you're killer on crank anchors. Bertram's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
I had a question. My fiance and I have a rather unique sex life. Like, she allows me to have sex with other women, like, as long as she's there.
Uh-oh.
And she says that it, like, turns her on to watch me having sex with other women.
It turns her on until she eventually gets angry.
Like she says that, like, she's all for it, like, all through the whole thing, and even, like, afterwards.
I'm just saying, Jersey.
For now.
For now. There's an aggression behind that, and eventually, she's going to see something in your eye or something in the way you're relating to that woman that triggers something in her, and she is going to go up like a Roman candle.
And then she's going to say, "I want to bring another guy in so you can watch me."
See, and that's what I said at, like, the beginning of everything, but, like, it's been going on for, like, over a year now. I'm like, she never wants another guy, like, anywhere near her.
Well, she's a mess.
You piss her off.
I'm just saying, you're walking on thin ice with this one.
Well, let's do a little investigation. But let me ask you this, Jersey. By the way, God bless you. You got a good deal. Don't have any kids, right?
Don't blow it.
Do you have any kids?
No.
Good.
Right,
no kids. Here's the thing that's kind of funny, though. I can see her, getting into watching him getting on with another chick and all that. I understand. She's a little effed up. And people
too, so.
Okay, but here's my point.
She may be doing stuff you're not aware of, too, by the way.
She can watch you, and that's fine. You got to watch what you say. Because sometimes you get with a chick and you get in that, "Ooh, you're so hot, man." Are you
right? That's the kind of thing.
You got to watch your mouth,
right? That's what or the way he even looks at her.
That'll screw you up.
She sees a light in his eye.
Yeah, like you got to crawl on top of this chick and go, "You're okay." Yeah. Not as hot as my girl, but you're decent. Yeah, you're like a 5.
The minute she catches that eye contact or that one thing,
and then I tell you, Roman candle, dude. It's just because she's going to go off.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta look somewhere else.
Yeah, pretend. Yeah, look somewhere else.
You know what you got to do? I remember when the Dixie Chicks asked me to go to the Grammys a million years ago.
Yeah.
And they won.
Yeah.
and my girlfriend was home watching, and the Dixie Chicks win, and we all stand up, and they go to hug me, but I realized my girlfriend was watching on TV, so I did the handshake. Hey, fantastic! Hey, young lady, you got yourself a Grammys. Good for you. Good.
That was
for you.
That was good on your feet thinking. Right
yeah, not awkward. Look great on TV, by the way.
Fantastic. God bless. God bless. And are you the one who plays the banjo, or is that the fiddle gal? God bless you. Many more. Many more. Yeah. And it was funny because they're all sitting with their husbands there, so they're all like hugging and smooching, and I was like, fantastic. I was like a Larry Tate after Darren got a raise or something, just smacking her on the back.
You know, he could just put on some sunglasses and maybe try to get away with it.
That's a good idea. Jersey?
Yeah.
We worry about your girl. And we worry that she comes from less than a desirable family.
Well, she's...
Oh, yeah, I got the whole story on that one, but...
There's a little smell of addiction here, too, I got to tell you. Little addictive quality.
All right, so Jersey...
Is she an alcoholic also?
No, she doesn't drink at all. She doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke. She seems like a good girl until it, comes to sex.
She never got going with drugs any time in her life?
No, not at all. She doesn't even...
Or not that he knows of.
What's that? Not what?
She hates that I smoke cigarettes.
All right, listen,
There's
Jersey.
a little smack of alcohol here.
Don't.
I can
You're
smell
not gonna.
it.
You're gonna sway Drew with the facts.
Was her dad an alcoholic?
No, he's not.
Mom?
All right.
No.
Just curious.
Well, look, I agree.
Her parents have issues. Trust me, believe that they have really deep issues.
Jersey, quiet down and listen to me. As you know, I'm a genius, even if it's self-proclaimed. Here's the deal. Do not get her pregnant. Do not marry her. She's chaotic. Have your fun. Bang your chicks. Have a good time.
Get her some treatment.
Enjoy. But there will be a price to pay for this, and there'll be an ultimate price to pay if you have a bunch of kids and all that. Then it's going to be a disaster. Oof. Don't get her pregnant and have all the fun you want. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
If you need help,
call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. Oh, that's it. Want to say thank you to our friend Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Thanks for having me.
Catch him at the Vault in Long Beach tomorrow with a little Cinco de Mayo, or he'll see you out on the Field of Honor with a paintball.
That's right. Shut you up.
At dawn. Yeah.
Exciting.
Paintballs at dawn.
We're going to have us a duel.
Yeah. Talk to us seconds. We'll take ourselves a little break, and about 22 hours. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo.
Hey, you.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Annie Gold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.